Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal, just in case you're new here, and today I have a video for you guys about my tarot and oracle card collection. I'm so excited to show you guys the cards that I work with often, whatever. These are my personal decks. I do use them in readings as well for people, but these are my favorite decks that I own, the only decks that I own right now. I did put an order in for a couple because Hay House was having a sale and I couldn't resist because everything was 50% off. So I do have like 3 decks coming in the mail. But without further ado, let's get into showing you guys my cards. So the first deck that I'm going to show you is a deck that I use all the time, and that is the Etheric Visions, I think. Here's the box. This is amazing. I have a local metaphysical store nearby, and I walked in there and it was like literally shiny on the shelf, and I was like, I'll take that. That deck is for me. It's just so pretty. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. Everything's so shiny and ethereal, and it just makes you feel good. It's just one of those decks that every picture just feels good. Did you hear that thunder? Damn. It's just so beautiful. Let's see. The Heartbreak card. Three of Swords. The Sun. It's just so beautiful, and like I said, it just makes you feel good. Even the Tower, which is one of, you know, a difficult card, it's just, it really is such beautiful artwork on this deck, so I highly recommend it. But I don't really recommend it to a new reader just because the pictures are not as vivid as the Rider-Waite deck is. So you'll have, not that you'll have a hard time reading them, but I definitely recommend the Rider-Waite for most beginners because the pictures are just so elaborate, and it's a great way to learn. And a lot of tarot decks, their meanings are based off of that deck. So a lot of the meanings that you get from the pictures from the Rider-Waite deck, you can apply to this type of deck. The next I have up here is my Rider-Waite deck. So this is, there's so many different versions of the Rider-Waite, like there's different like backings. This one has a really like slippery like feel to it, and it also has like it looks like linen in the back here. It's really pretty. I like the little flower on it. But you know, basic. There's so many pretty versions of this deck as well out there with like borders around the picture, or some of them don't have any border, you know, it's just the picture, no like white border on it either. Here, so this is what the Tower looks like in the Rider-Waite, so you can really see how elaborate the cards and the pictures are, and it's a great way to just learn. So like I said, I think everyone should own this deck. I think it's so pretty and it's beautiful, and I always go back to it, especially when I want to do like a deep dive and just learn. I always pull out these decks and journal. They tend to come with like a nice thick booklet too. So for the person that is looking to really learn about tarot and you want to read, it comes with a nice size booklet for you to get familiar with the cards. But you don't have to read the books to understand the cards. You never do. But I think it's, you know, a good idea for someone who wants to eventually read for people or family members or whatever. Yeah. So the next deck I have here, this was actually the first deck that I bought ever. I was learning Reiki in my early 20s. I am now 32. I think I was like 22 years old. And I went to a metaphysical shop in New Hope, Pennsylvania. In New Hope, Pennsylvania. And this store has potions and herbs, and it was just so witchy and so great, and I loved it. And then I looked at the wall behind like the register, and it was just like floor to ceiling tarot cards. And then I saw Crystal Visions, and I was like, I'll take that. My name's Crystal, so I'll take Crystal Visions, right? It's actually named after Stevie Nicks' like album. I don't know if it was her album, but like it was one of her like greatest hits albums, and it's just so pretty. It's old, but it's just so me, this deck, like to the T, so me, with the moons, and just everything is so dainty and fairy-like, and I just absolutely loved this deck when I saw it. This was the cover actually of the deck when I purchased it, and it's just so beautiful. Like I said, I love the artist on here, so me. And whenever I go to like these metaphysical stores and chit chat with some of the people in the store, they're like, you still use that deck? It's so old. I'm like, yes, I love it. I love this deck. So usually if I'm doing a reading on somebody, this is the deck that I go to, because this is the deck that I know best. And I feel like it just gives me the best energy. Next I have here the Light Sears Tarot, which really caught my eye. I love this color teal so much, and I just love the goddess moon on her head. This is really pretty. I loved what it said on the inside of the box, which I'll read to you. And into the gray we follow like 1,000 flickering stars, and therein a sunlit hollow we lose and find what is ours. Love it. It's beautiful. The artist for this is amazing as well. I don't use this deck as much as I'd like to. I really still need to get more familiar with it. It's fairly new to me. I bought it last year, I think. So here's the booklet for it. It's a fairly large booklet, so it's a great one to study. This is what the backs of the cards look like. Really pretty. And then here we have some of the pictures. Swords. They're just so pretty. And I just love how diverse the artist is. I love the sacred geometry that is incorporated in here. It's a really spiritual deck, especially for someone if they're into Reiki. If you're into energy healing, this is definitely the deck for you. So beautiful. So that is the Light Sears Tarot. Then next I have here the Moon deck, which I love this box that it came in. I found the Moon deck on Instagram, believe it or not, a couple years ago. They were like a startup company, quite expensive, but I didn't mind spending the money at all, because it's a really fun little manifestation deck to work with. Now it's more of like an oracle card situation, and I believe it's only 48 cards in here or something like that. Here's a little guidebook, and it has a lot of information here, and I love the feel of them. They're very matte, so they kind of get a little stuck together, but they're nice. So this is what the back looks like. Right, beautiful moon, love it. And here's what the artwork is. So these cards actually are manifestation cards, so they're great. I use these during the full moon to do readings for myself, and it gives me a task to follow, it gives me an activity to do, and it just gives me what energies to be working with. So say I pulled this card, right? Which this is a card that I've never pulled before. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. So when you open up the book, which for cards like this, I use the book because it does give you things to work on. So that is card number 3. And it tells you healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. It gives you the card meaning here. And then it gives you a ritual to do along with the card. So that's what I really love about this deck, especially during the full moon. It does give you a ritual to do. And along with the card that you pull. So this is a great deck to use if you do like a 3-card tarot spread and then you just pick one and do a ritual. It's a great way to do like a full moon reading for yourself. Next I have up here Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. I love these cards. I use these for when I'm setting up my altar and I'm wanting to change things over, or if I just really need some guidance. This deck is great. Kyle Gray is awesome. Super spiritual, super positive deck. Super diverse, beautiful. I love the faces. Get a little bit closer here. Like, you could feel the energy off this picture. It's just so stunning. Gorgeous. And this is a deck where I suggest reading some of the guidebook before using it. This way you can kind of get an idea where the author and the artist got their idea from and what to expect from the deck, because it is a little bit different than tarot. Oracle cards tend to tell a different kind of story. There's usually a theme, so you definitely want to have some knowledge of that before you use the cards. But each card does give you a little bit of like a synopsis of what the card meaning is if you don't want to pull out the book when you're giving a reading. Because I have here in my little tarot case that I make, actually. Shameless plug, I make travel tarot cases on my Etsy shop, so the link will be down below if you're interested. I have a few on there right now, and I have some more that are coming in stock soon. But I hand make these, and I'm really proud of them. I love them, but it just makes everything so easy and neat when you are storing your cards or traveling with them in your purse. This way they don't get messed up. So the next deck I have here is the Moonology deck. This is a great way to learn the phases of the moon. I just love these cards so much, and I use them pretty much every day because I'm starting to learn some astrology and what the moon phases mean. So this is a fun deck to add on to your tarot readings as well, to figure out what energies to be working with throughout your day, throughout your week. So I really love these. Really pretty. So that is the Moonology, and that is by Yasmin Boland, who actually, I think she wrote a book to go along with this, like a companion book. So if you are interested in that, definitely check it out. Pretty much all these decks you can probably find on Amazon or in your local Barnes & Noble or your local metaphysical shop. A lot of them are probably on Amazon though. I think the Moon deck you have to order through the Moon deck though. Next I have here Alice in Wonderland, and now this is more of like a shadow deck. So this is, not everything in here is so love and light. Lucy Cavendish likes that. I really do love Lucy Cavendish, and actually she has a podcast that I listen to as well called the Witchcraft, I believe. She's cute, but a lot of her cards are adorable. The artwork is amazing. It's very like anime style, which I love. I was so big into anime when I was younger. So this is in Alice in Wonderland, and I just love Alice in Wonderland. This was actually gifted to me by my sister. She ordered it for herself, and then as she was using it, she was like, this is meant for Crystal. Like, she's totally Alice in Wonderland. So this is a shadow deck, which is great to use when you want to just start pulling some things out about yourself and kind of bringing the dark stuff into light and just admitting certain things to yourself. It's okay. So if you know anything about shadow work, this is a great deck for that. I suggest it. But if you're new to shadow work, definitely do your research. Maybe I'll do a video on that eventually. But definitely take care when using a shadow deck, because not everything is love and light, like I said, but it's important stuff for you to know about yourself and to face and overcome about yourself. The next thing I have here is also a shadow deck. This is the Halloween Oracle. This is such a cool deck. If you guys know me, you know I love Halloween, so I had to have this deck when I saw it. Again, it comes with a book to read, but look at the back. Look at the back of these. They're so cute. And the pictures are beautiful. Now they're a little on the thinner side, but that's okay. But like I said, I use this as a shadow deck as well. It's a great deck to use in the fall. But for me, every day is Halloween, right? That's pretty. So this is the Halloween Oracle. And this, I believe I got it on Amazon. Pretty sure. Really cool deck. And then to go with the Halloween Oracle, I have this cute little mini deck here, the Halloween Tarot. I did not expect it to be this small when I ordered it, but it's pretty tiny. It's not a pocket deck, but it's pretty close. But really cute, fun little deck to have. I really bought it just for fun. I don't really use it. Maybe I'll use it during Halloween in October. Use it in some Instagram pictures or something. Really cute. Really, really cute. It's a fun little gift to give to somebody too that's like into Halloween and into tarot cards. Just a fun little gift. And the next deck I have is this big one. This is Maggie Stiefvater's The Raven's Prophecy. So if you are a reader and you are someone who loves the Raven Cycle, yes, this is a tarot deck about the Raven Cycle, about the Raven Boys. It is so cool, let me tell you. And obviously it comes with a nice size book, and Maggie will explain to you why she chose the pictures for what. A lot of it has reference to the Raven Boys book. A lot of it is about the Raven Cycle in general. So if you're someone who loved that series like I did, definitely check out this tarot deck. It's really stinking cool. So I'm going to show you some of the pictures. This is the back of the deck. So these are some symbols, obviously. And here are the pictures. Really cool, fun deck. Now, it's not like the best quality deck, but if you're a fan of Maggie Stiefvater and the Raven Cycle, I suggest picking it up just for fun, for novelty. I really don't use it, but when I saw it, I was like, I need to have it. I was in like a huge like Raven Boys kick at the time. I really need to revisit that series. I really do. It's been a while. Next, I have these Ascension Cards by Diana Cooper. Now, this is like one of the first like Oracle style decks that I've owned. I got this. I don't even think they make these anymore. I don't think you can find them anymore. But it's really just about your Ascended Masters. So if you're someone who is into healing and energy work and all of that fun stuff, and you're wanting to figure out what guides to work with and people, energies that are not just like angels and Jesus and I can't even think of anything else, gods and goddesses like Roman goddesses and stuff like that. This will give you some ideas on who and what to work with. So you have the Pleiades, you have like Thoth from Egypt, Isis. So if you draw one of these cards, it will give you a little bit of information about the Ascended Master and how you should work with their energy. So this is a great deck. If you could find it somewhere, good luck to you. I tried to get it for my sister. I can't find it anywhere. Next I have here, this is the Layla and Olive Pythia Botanica Oracle. I just got this deck recently. I found it on Instagram and I thought it was beautiful, and I love my plants, as you guys know. I love my garden. So I thought this would be a great way to see like what plants and flowers and what energies they possess. So this is that type of deck. It works with the goddess Pythia. And I just thought the artwork was so simple and so beautiful. It's really just a pretty deck. You can follow them on Instagram also. Their Instagram's really pretty. But I think they live in New York. not far from me. And they designed this beautiful deck. So this is another deck to kind of work with your tarot. A lot of my oracle decks I do add. So if I'm doing a reading for somebody, I always incorporate oracle decks to kind of figure out what energies are around and what energies that need to be worked with, what energies are being blocked. So these are fun decks to use for that, to see the pictures and just kind of get different vibes from the decks. Next, I have here a deck that I love so much. This is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. It is beautiful. This is like my favorite artist. So Danielle Noel is the artist, in case you didn't know, and Rebecca Campbell is the one who wrote the deck. This artist is just amazing. And this is a great deck to just work with, period. I just absolutely love it. It is so beautiful. Something about the colors. There's just so much depth, so much in these pictures, so much story. They're just so mesmerizing to look at. I really just love them. So that is the Work Your Light Oracle. This is a great deck to use as an everyday oracle, to just kind of ask your guides, like, what energies do I need to work with today? And I got Lemuria. Look how cute and pretty, and the colors so stunning. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Thank you. Finally, I have here the Mother of Tarot. This is my favorite deck that I own. I just got it about a month ago. I've been working with it. It is so amazing, and I'm so happy that I spent the money on it. And that is the Moonchild Tarot. Now, this is like some no joke stuff, the way that this comes. Like, this box is beautiful. I mean, it's not a cheap deck by any means, but you do get your money's worth, and the energies are stunning. I mean, a lot of ancient Egypt has been inspired by this. And this whole book here is like relearning the tarot. It's like, this is definitely more for the advanced tarot reader. It gives you so much history in here and how the cards should be read. It's a completely different way. Not completely different, but it's very different. And it also gives you the astrology and the signs to work with. Also, it gives you affirmations to work with the cards. There's just so much meaning to the cards, and so much in depth in that book. Oh, and here is the inside of the box. It's really pretty. So here we are. These are so, oh, upside down. So gorgeous. Oh, we're getting a lot of reverse here. They are so pretty. And they are the same artist. Danielle Noel has designed these as well, if you couldn't tell by her art style. These are my favorite. Completely my favorite deck. This deck has come from, look at this. Look at this. The death card, amazing. This deck has come from Canada. So it did take some time to get to me, but it was worth the wait. I am so happy with it. And it's just gold on the side. This is what the backing is. Such a powerful deck. And that is my personal deck. I will probably use it in readings, but right now it's my personal because I'm just getting familiar with it and learning it, and I sleep with it by my bed every night, so it absorbs my energies. It's just amazing. So I think that's it. I think that's all of my tarot decks that I own right now. I'm sure I'll accumulate more, just like I accumulate books like crazy, but those have been my decks for over the years that I've accumulated, and I just wanted to show you guys them because I know a lot of people don't know where to start. And in my previous video about tarot, there are so many misconceptions, and you don't have to be gifted your first deck. You just don't have to. If you're feeling like you want to learn the tarot or oracle, go get yourself a deck. Just don't buy any deck. Make sure you vibe with it. Make sure you feel a connection to it, but it doesn't have to be gifted to you. And also, as a disclaimer, before you use any deck of tarot, even if it's a friend's deck, make sure you cleanse it of all past energies and replace it with your energy. I will do a video on that, on how I cleanse my decks, but if you have some kind of inkling, just make sure you cleanse your decks before you use them. If you have a personal deck and you use it only on yourself, you don't have to cleanse it every single time, but I do suggest cleansing it more often than not. So that is it. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, please just like and subscribe down below. And I will be talking to you guys soon. Bye.